Hello YouTubers, this is Cessnaace back again with another package video. This package contained quite a number of LaserDiscs and CED video discs, and I've already opened the package because lately when I get any kind of LaserDisc or anything like that, I want to go to the LaserDisc database first and check on rarity and if there are any problems with that particular release, or if that release is missing from the database. And in one case, one of these releases was missing from the database, and I have submitted it. Okay, first up, I'm going to do the LaserDiscs. This is one that I really like and already have on DVD. Went ahead and picked it up on LaserDisc. This is the Woody Allen musical Everyone Says I Love You. Alan Alda has been in like 5 Woody Allen movies. Just a really, really funny movie. The dance sequence between Woody Allen and Goldie Hawn was done on wires, and the wire work is just amazing. You cannot see the wires at all, and it's just an amazing sequence. And there's also a musical number in here that I found quite amusing. It is Hooray for Captain Spaulding, old Groucho Marx thing, but it's done in French, which is cool. So there's that. That was made in Japan, although it's a US release, but it was made by Kure, and as I've mentioned before, I've had a lot of good luck with them. In fact, when Image Entertainment first started using Kure, they were just stunned at the immense quality. They were much better than what Pioneer was doing. So I've had a lot of good luck with Kure. Okay, this is a classic. Lawrence of Arabia. It was on 2 discs and has 80 chapter marks. Chapter marks started with LaserDiscs, of course. The THX certification program started with LaserDiscs. It was originally called THX LaserDisc program. Right, commentary started with LaserDiscs, just a whole bunch of things. And there is an extensive liner notes section on the back of the jacket, and a great deal of it has to do with the restoration of the film, which I think is cool. That disc was made by Pioneer USA. Okay, I love finding things like this. This was in beautiful condition, and it was still in the original shrink wrap, but the shrink wrap had been opened, and I went ahead and removed the shrink wrap because over time, if the shrink wrap is opened and air can get in, but it's not taken off the jacket, it can cause problems. There can be a chemical reaction between the wrap and the jacket, and it made quite a bit of noise when I took the jacket or the wrap off, which scared me a little bit. But it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. This is a promotional disc. And I've inspected all of these LaserDiscs. There are no signs of laser rot or anything with any of them. So it's really, really cool. Starts off with stuff concerning the format in general. The world of MGM-UA LaserDiscs, utilizing chapter markers, CAV standard play, letterboxed releases, multi-channel audio, supplementary material, that sort of thing. Then it has a whole section devoted to blockbuster films, and then a section devoted to action, adventure, and thrillers, and then a big section devoted to musicals, and then classics, and then screen epics. Screen epics being Dr. Zhivago, Hawaii, Ben-Hur, and Gone with the Wind. Total of 72 chapter marks, the last one being end credits. That's really, really cool. And that was made by DADC USA. Not a positive thing, but no one's reported any problems with this release as I remember it, and it looks beautiful as far as I'm concerned. I'm good to go. Now the rest are CEDs, and while most of them are in beautiful condition, the seller, I bought these off of eBay, the seller threw in a bonus, and the bonus is not in the best of shape, but it didn't cost anything. Disney Cartoon Parade Volume 1. On side 1 is On Vacation with Mickey Mouse and Friends, and on the other side is The Adventures of Chip and Dale. Back in the day, I had both of those on VHS, but they were separate releases. Okay. That is... let's see... a common release. Okay, this, for those of you who are familiar with CED, know that they had color-coded caddies. White caddies, such as used for this one, denote monophonic audio. A blue caddy denoted stereo audio. A gray caddy, which is extremely rare, denotes a industrial type of program made for companies to show their employees and so forth, and very few of those have cropped up. And then there are the black caddies, which were used for interactive programs. This is not an interactive program, but it was a limited edition release. It was released on VHS, which I used to have the entire set, and then somebody stole them, which really ticked me off because they were expensive. And they were released on LaserDiscs, but I believe the LaserDisc releases have a problem with defects. And then there's CED. This is still sealed, by the way. Walt Disney Cartoon Classics Limited Gold Edition, and this is Pluto. If I remember correctly, there were 7 in the series. Now, there are different kinds of caddy variations also. The earlier releases had a section here, a cutout from the label that you can pull the disc out of the machine by. But with the introduction of the J series players, they quit doing that. And in fact, this one doesn't have such a cutout. CED stands for capacitance electronic disc. Got it down there. That one is rare, according to CED Magic. Okay, here is Disney Cartoon Classics Sport Goofy. This is not sealed, it's in a plastic baggie type thing. This is Volume 4 in a series, and I believe Volume 4 was the last in the series, actually, of the Cartoon Classics series. Okay. That one is uncommon. Next up we have Volume 1 of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. From Filmation. There are 2 episodes on each side for a total of 4. And as I mentioned, there were 2 volumes released, and there were 2 volumes released on LaserDisc from RCA. They licensed it. They were licensing a lot of material. Okay. That one is common. Okay, this one is rare. And in fact, it wasn't even listed in the database. The LaserDisc release was, but not the CED release. This is Dunderklumpen, and it's a film that combines live action with animation. Standard Vestron video pattern, which they also used on their LaserDisc releases until they started just having Image Entertainment release their titles. Okay, this one is probably common. I don't see it listed on my list there, but it is Alison Montoya. Disney licensed a lot of titles to RCA for the CED format. This isn't sealed either. It's in a loose bag, but it's in very good condition. And finally, for this video, this title is common. The Absentminded Professor. Now, we have this on LaserDisc, but one of the interesting things about collecting CEDs is they often used cover art that was totally unique to the CED format. They didn't use those covers for LaserDisc or VHS or Betamax or anything else. One, for example, being The Thing from Another World from the 1950s. And I don't recall seeing that cover anywhere other than on the CED release. Now you can tell if a CED has been in a rental library because the spine will show a lot of wear. None of these do. I don't know if you can see that through the plastic, but obviously this was not a rental, because if it was, the spine would be all chewed up. Do not store them this way. Also, do not stack them this way, because you get a pile of about 4 or 5 of them, and then pretty soon it gets so heavy that it crushes the grooves. So you do not want to do that. The best way is to store it on a shelf like this. So I got mine. Although I used to have over 1,000 titles, only recently back into the format, and I've now got 9 CED titles and 793 LaserDiscs. So when my next package comes, and I'm still hoping that it comes soon, then I might just hit 800. And I'll save this for another video. It is a video game from Japan. So until next time, stay awesome.